Skylar, the word around town is that you are the Scooby-Doo man. That's the bit.
I Scooby am.
Scooby am. Some Scooby
Yeah.
do and some
I
Scooby
Scooby
don't, but
do know
Skylar
my
Scooby
stuff, and I
does.
Scooby am the Scooby guy.
All right. Well, if you didn't get from that, we're doing a Scooby Doo episode of the podcast, and like I promised last week, I am also wait what?
Actually, we're doing Scooby.
Yeah, we're doing Scooby Doo. I don't know if you
It'd
know
be
this,
really
Skylar.
funny. It would be really funny if you just lied to me and picked a random movie.
That would be
Just had
funny,
to
and then I
listen.
spend the next 30 minutes talking about like Tron Legacy, and then you're just sitting there sad, quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd be like, yeah, that's crazy that whenever that happened in Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
All right, and for people wondering about what's going on screen, last week I promised that I would play a Five Nights at Freddy's in every single episode until the end of Halloween, which is when the FNAF game comes out. So that is what I am doing. How do I make the call? Okay. I'm doing FNAF 2, and I'm not going to lie. Before the episode, I attempted to do a run at it, and I failed. So I have audio this time, so I'm able to hear it. But like the video I uploaded on Friday, you guys can't, which is great. We like that. It's preferred. Skylar, you made me watch 3 Scooby-Doo movies.
I did. I made you watch Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo Where's My Mummy, and Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders.
Truth, you made me do this, and I thought they were pretty good. I texted you a while ago, and I said I have a controversial take, or at least I believe I have a controversial take. And it's that I think that out of the 3 movies that you had me watch, I think that Zombie Island was my least favorite.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I did say that like I have all these 3 on the same tier,
Yeah.
but I personally had Zombie Island slightly higher specifically because of the song Terror Time.
Yeah. No, that was great. It was really funny because right whenever you, nope. I think I read your text after the movie, but for somehow I knew Terror Time was coming before Terror Time even came, and it was pretty hype.
Yeah, Terror Time's awesome.
Yeah.
It fits the movie so perfectly, in my idea.
Indeed. It was great.
Yeah,
I liked how all of them had their own little song. For context, I hadn't ever watched the Mummy one until Skylar made me. But I'd seen the other 2 both whenever I was a kid. So I had like an idea of where the plot was going for those 2. But sorry, go ahead.
Do we want to go over the plot of each of them? Or
yeah, do it quickly. Go.
Okay, and Scooby-Doo, Where's My Mummy? Velma is working in Egypt to help like find like some like ruins and such. And the gang goes there to visit her because they haven't seen her in a while. So they go there. Obviously, shit hits the fan, and they're stuck. And the mummies are coming back. Cleopatra, they got to figure it out. Twist, in my opinion, twist, in my opinion, at the end. Then Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, the gang is all split up in this one, and they all start to miss each other. Daphne is a famous like, is it news? I think it's like she has her own reality show, like chasing it, and she was on the news. So it made the gang realize like we miss each other. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy are working in an airport. Velma's running a mystery book.
I just want to say that's awesome. I really liked how Shaggy and Scooby were working as bomb people. That's really great. Yeah. That makes me so happy, man.
Yeah. And then Fred is the cameraman for Daphne's show. They all come together. They hear about this one place that's supposedly really haunted, Zombie Island. They go figure it out. They go, and it goes from there. And then the last one is Alien Invaders. The gang goes, I don't even know where does this one take place at, but they
Nevada,
are going like on a road.
I don't remember.
They go on a road trip somewhere. They get stuck in this town because the mystery machine breaks down. They're gonna be there for a couple days, and they start snooping around stuff. And they apparently heard stories about people being abducted by aliens, and they go investigate, and then it goes from there.
How's it that you do that really quickly and precise and
I know these movies very well.
Yes, you do. I'm very proud of you. That was really great. So I think I was the most well, I guess this is going to be just because I had never seen it before, but I was the most impressed with the Egypt one because I'm not going to lie, I wasn't expecting all that much from it because it was the most recent of them, but I
Yeah.
was pleasantly surprised because I really found the art style to be a lot better than I'm not gonna lie, Zombie Island's art style with the eyes just didn't do it for me, man. Like
Oh, I
Fred
like
looked
that one.
no,
I like that
well,
art style.
Fred
I like
just
all of
looked
them.
really creepy, man. Just I don't know.
There's like
There's something about
I
him
don't know.
that
I grew up on
really
it,
made
so
me go like, blah. I don't like that.
yeah. I mean, that's fine. I believe that one's the most like farthest in the
That is the
past
oldest
from
one.
all
It
of
was
them.
99. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I think the other ones are all like what 2000. Is it like
There's
2006,
2000 for
2000 for
the
Alien
Alien
Invaders?
one, and I don't remember what the
Yeah, I don't.
Egypt
I
one
don't know the
was.
dates.
Yeah, but I
Um,
really my favorite one is probably the Alien Invader one. I quite enjoyed that.
I will say this will contain spoilers for all the movies. So if you have not watched them or plan on watching them, do not listen.
Also, screw you. You should
Once
have
again.
watched them a while
Yeah,
ago.
and also, yeah, honestly, you should have watched these by now. They're
Yeah,
over. Scooby-Doo Where's My Mommy was 2006, so I'm kind of impressed myself.
you're crazy with it. Holy shit.
But yeah. So my personal ranking is
Oh,
I also have Alien Invaders as my favorite right now, just because like
really?
I watched. Yeah, it is, and then I have Zombie Island 2 and Egypt at 3,
I
slightly behind them.
I don't know, man. I actually do think that all of them were about the same quality
Yeah, I think
of
they're all the same
movie.
quality, but if I had to go like if I had to grade them, I'm
That's
giving
fair,
the
yeah.
slight edge to Alien Invaders.
Alien Invaders goes ahead, and I do think that um that Egypt is number 2 and Zombie Island is number 3. I didn't necessarily have a problem with any of them, but like I said, Fred's eyes really bothered me. I also I really I really enjoy when I mean not Scooby, Shaggy doesn't have eyes.
Mm.
Like he just has the little
And
dots from the original show.
yeah, I enjoy in that one how Scooby and Shaggy are obsessed with eating really hot peppers, and they
Yes.
refuse to give it up, even though they burn their mouths every
Ooh.
time.
Wait. I want to do a little spoiler thing because
And in the beginning, when they eat all the cheese,
hell yeah. I love
they
that. It
ate
was
out the
like, "Don't
contraband
worry
room.
guys, there's another thing of gorgonzola."
Yeah, he's like, "Don't worry, Val, we saved you a slice."
Oh my
You ate
god,
all
it's
the
so good.
contraband.
It's so good, man.
It is. Okay,
Without a
what was
doubt,
your
in all bits of it, Shaggy and Scooby are the
the
best.
Kings? Yeah.
They are absolute. Hey. Sorry, he's being a naughty Nelly at the moment, and I didn't need that. I just beat night 1. Let's freaking go. I'm absolutely insane with it. Thank you. That should be
Zach
applauded.
needs it. Yeah.
Um
Where's your
Frick, where
spoiler?
was I going with this? Oh yeah, I've watched. The spoiler thing I was gonna say is for a spoiler of the podcast because I watched the live action Scooby Doo this weekend, so I had a big Scooby Doo weekend. And at the end of that, they eat hot peppers, and I was like, oh, that's a callback to Monster Island, and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
James Gunn was a goat since the beginning.
Um,
He knows his stuff.
but okay, so on Zombie Island, my favorite parts were whenever I first watched it, I also thought it was the gardener. And
Yes.
I didn't think it was gonna be real, actual
Yeah.
monsters.
I was
That was the
gonna.
one. That was the part that put it ahead for me like a while
Yeah,
ago. Is that it was like an actual monster.
that's
It was
super
the first
fair.
actual.
Yeah.
And
So
I like how the Army of the Dead was the villain, quote
mhm,
unquote, at the beginning,
yeah.
and then it transitioned to where they were actually trying to help them out and get rid
Yeah.
of the guests. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'm, damn it. Maybe I do like that one more. I think that one has the best like plot.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And
it's
it
really good.
was
I
like
like all
really
the
cool
like.
because this was probably the way that they made the movie made a point that this was like real. Like at every cause they like they made fun of Fred for thinking it was fake and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
like
they made
you're talking about the opening scene whenever they go into the house and it gets scratched, and then uh like Daphne, there's like a gust of wind and Daphne yells, "Oh, who opened up a window?" And they slow it down and they see the Captain Moonscar
yeah.
like cutting into the
Yeah.
wall.
There were multiple points in which he just was like, this is fake, and it was really interesting because it was like a look into Scooby Doo like mythology, and just was like this was the first movie where they actually went supernatural, and I think that's like a really cool kind of vibe to it.
It was. I mean, obviously, it's set up for alien invaders. I think Zombie Island walked so alien invaders could run.
Oh fuck!
In in my mind,
So I don't know what
because
to do with
obviously
this
in that
thing.
one, okay. Did you like the girl who they introduced in Alien Invaders?
Yes, I
I
loved her.
thought
She
she
was
was
fantastic.
perfect for
I loved her
Shaggy.
so. That was the reason why
Even the
I
dog.
liked that movie so much, was because I really enjoyed Shaggy's like relationship with her.
Yeah. I like how whenever they did like Shaggy and Scooby did their hair in the bathroom and combed up, tucked in their stuff and looked all
Yeah,
nice and spiffy.
nice and
Yeah.
spiffy.
And then they were actually brave in that one too. I don't know if you caught
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
they were gonna fight off like the guys, and then obviously their
Okay.
relationship was with aliens, and they scared them off. But Scooby and Shaggy thought it was them, and they were flexing, be like, "Yeah, don't
Yeah.
come near us again."
Yeah, I did like that. It was funny.
Yeah, but I think out of all of the movies, Alien Invaders has the best like new character into
Yes.
it, as I
Yeah.
think the like that girl and her dog were 10 out of 10s. They fit so well
I just got
in
jump
with what
scared.
they were doing. And
I also
like
I really liked how the twist like it was real, but it also wasn't. Like it really wanted to put
yeah,
it was
it
giving
was
you the
both
vibe that it was gonna be a
real and
a zombie island situation where the thing was like super real, but then it did like a twist and it was like, oh, it's not real, but then like it was real, but not in the way that you originally thought it was. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that part of it.
yeah, that's why I say Zombie Island walked so this movie could run,
Yeah,
because
without a
they
doubt.
tested to see how like I feel like they tested to see how an audience would like supernatural stuff in it.
Yeah.
And obviously it went over very well, as everybody who I know who's watched Zombie Island has enjoyed Zombie Island.
Yeah.
And um in this one, obviously they played with like the Scooby Doo, where it's like never actually a monster, but they had supernatural in it, but they were actually like part of the good guys. And um I really enjoy that. There were a ton of scenes in that one that I like in particular, especially whenever Shaggy's trying to give his girlfriend like flowers and there's a
Oh
giant
yeah.
spider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good
Um
stuff. Wait, oh, that was
I like
also like if I didn't ever know about the show Velma, then that would be the first time I've heard Shaggy's name.
Oh yeah, Norville.
Yeah, he's like what she was like, "What's your
It's
name?"
in
He was like,
Mystery
"Norville."
Inc.
Yeah, I know, but I
It's in
don't
Mystery
remember that
Incorporated.
show enough to like
Oh,
properly.
well, at the end of season one of that one, they say that Norville has to go to like military camp.
Oh no.
So yeah, he didn't, by the way. Um, but and this I like this song in it too, because it's like Shaggy singing it, and she's like, and she says
Yeah, yeah.
groovy.
It's so good.
Yeah. So I think
That
like
was probably
obviously
my
Terror
favorite
Time is
song, I'm not gonna
drastically
lie.
better, but it's that one's such a feel good song.
I really like that one. That one's probably my favorite, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think that one might be mine as well.
It
I
was
don't
just
know
so
though. It's
funny.
such a tight race. Um,
I don't know what this
what was
child
it?
is doing.
Was there a certain scene that you really liked in Zombie Island? Because I can think of one in
In Zombie
particular
Island,
that
and
I yeah.
no, hit me with it. I want what is yours? This is a Skylar episode.
It's
I want to hear everything
whenever
about your
uh
scoops.
it's yes. It's whenever they are all sitting down for the meal in the house, and the owner of the house says no dogs inside, and he has to eat in the kitchen. So Scooby and Shaggy go eat in the mystery machine, and they eat the really hot peppers, and
Yeah,
then they start getting just like all those like zombies are coming out on top of them. They start driving away and cause like an absolute mess. And
that yeah, I did. I actually did enjoy that. I love a good I love a good
I also
zombie thing.
thoroughly enjoyed every time in that movie. They said, "And don't bring your dog inside." And Scooby would go, "Dog? Where?" He did it
Literally
like
every
four
time.
times. Yeah. And I also like how Scooby
I know.
insisted on chasing the dogs. He was been told 100 times, "Don't chase the dogs," and he sees
Yeah.
it. And it's just on sight. Just has to chase. Goes through everything. Messes up the gardener's like garden that
It's
he's
by
doing.
nature. It's literally what he has to do.
Yeah. Did you like this? Did you like the voodoo doll part at the end? Whenever like they tie it up and throw like the gang like against the wall with the voodoo dolls, and then Scooby and Shaggy come through and they accidentally kick a candle too close and they start
Yeah,
melting.
yeah. I thought that was really cool. It was interesting.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
different
interesting
than what
their
I was
take on voodoo
really
dolls, how they
expecting to
wouldn't
see.
like burn alive, they'd
Yeah.
melt off, technically.
Man, I'm gonna be really upset if I go this entire podcast without beating the second night because that was the second time I've lost there, and like there's still like 45 minutes left, and I could totally see this being exactly like what happened last week, where I go this entire time and I'm just such a piss poor gamer that I can't do this. I have audio too now, so I can't even use that as an excuse.
Um, okay, is there a scene that you really? I mean, there's a ton of scenes that I really liked in it, and there's not actually one that I disliked in any of these movies, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah,
Um,
apart from
I just don't want to talk about
Fred's
Zombie Island
weird
'cause I loved
eyes
it.
in Zombie Island, I literally can't explain it. There's just something about his eyes. I didn't have any complaints. I thought it was a fun time all around. I enjoyed my little Scooby Doo walkthrough.
What did you think about the gang's jobs as they got older and
I
split off?
love
I know
them.
obviously you liked Scooby's and Shaggy's,
I
but did you
I
think the other
thought
ones
Velma's
fit?
was lame, but like that makes sense for her. I think
Yeah,
that's really
opening the
funny
bookstore,
because they kind of did the same thing in the live action
live
one. I
action.
guess we can talk about that next week. But they had the exact same kind of thing. But in the live action one, they were not as successful whenever they split up.
No, I think the only really successful one was Daphne
Yeah,
in this one because Fred definitely didn't make a ton as just the cameraman,
yeah,
and I mean, unless they made him like like executive producer or something, which I doubt they
maybe
did.
I don't know.
And Shaggy and Scooby worked in an airport for contraband, and Velma ran a bookstore. That I mean, it looked like it was popping. She was grabbing a ton of books at once, but it was also empty. So I'm not
I
sure
think
how
that
successful
that
they were outside
Shaggy
of
and
it. They were all
Scooby
pretty quick to
were
stop what they were doing.
successful in spirit.
I mean, the only
They
one
were
who didn't
happy.
technically quit their job at the end was Daphne because she was like Daphne and
True.
Fred because they were recording for her show.
Yeah. I also like that aspect of it too because it didn't just feel as though they were just kids doing a thing. There was like a purpose to what they were doing there. They're
Yeah, they were
doing a
trying to find the
story.
one hidden thing in Louisiana.
I did. I really enjoyed that it was in Louisiana, not for any like particular reason. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, they made it in the United States, and of course, it was a disaster. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's a
because
disaster
I don't
everywhere
think it has.
too.
Yeah,
One thing that I thought was kind of funny, but I feel like the the plot of them restoring the Sphinx in Egypt was interesting because I feel like that's something that Velma would not want to be a part of because it's like tampering with
she's
history.
yeah, she is true in keeping history like as is.
Yeah, so
But
I was like, that's a little
um,
weird, but it's also I had to keep in mind that it is a kids show,
yeah.
so I don't think they
But
cared that much about it
I'm just gonna
restoring
wrap up my
history.
last like thought or two on Zombie Island, and then we'll
Yeah, go
rate
for
it,
it.
and then we'll move on to Egypt, and we'll
Yeah,
save
sorry about that. I was jumping the gun
Alien
there.
Invaders for last because that's the one I want to talk about the most
Yeah, that
because
sounds
I
good
don't
with
think
me.
that one gets enough love. But
Yep.
yeah, okay. Uh, my last thought is I thought this was really, really well put together. I like whenever they're first sailing there and Scooby and Shaggy end up in the
Fuck,
water.
I don't know what to do with this
And
guy.
my first thought at who the really bad guy is gonna be, or like another like he, I didn't think he was gonna be like the main guy, but I thought he was gonna one that just kept causing trouble. Was the other guy on the boat who was mad and had big? Was it Big Betsy or something? That big boar
It
that
was
like chased Scooby down.
Hojo or Mojo or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mojo.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. That big boar. I like whenever he fished. Technically fished Scooby and Shaggy out of the water.
Yes, I did actually enjoy that. I so the first time they introduced him, I thought he said that his boar was Gojo, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, oh my
Scooby Doo
god, this is
predicted
the
it.
craziest thing ever.
Yeah. Scooby Doo predicted Gojo. Like. Um. Yeah, there was just a lot I really liked. I love the animation style of like the old Scooby Doo, how it's like hand drawn and everything is like
Yeah, no, I
super
actually
crisp
did.
looking.
I did think that the animation, uh, apart from the drawings of Fred's eyes, everything else about it was oh, you fucking asshole, you're kidding me. Sorry,
I
it
thought
was
it looked
really
really,
good.
really good.
What
Yeah.
did? I thought the
I don't
motion
know.
was really good for
Yeah.
1999. I thought it was
Yeah.
insane.
I did too. like this is one of those movies that I can see coming out like I don't know, like a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and it being like still like good animation for then, but considering it came out like almost 30 years ago, right?
Yeah. Which is
Well, almost
insane.
20, I guess, almost 20 years
Well,
ago.
no, it's over 20 years ago. It's 25 years ago, 24 years ago.
Well, I'm thinking 20. Oh yeah, it wouldn't 29 would be 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so it being almost 30 years old is
Oh,
kind
you're
of crazy to
kidding me.
me. And I think it holds up very well. I still think the soundtrack was fantastic throughout all of it. Obviously, the main star is Terror Time whenever
Yes.
they're running away, and you can just hear. I need to look up this guy's name. He deserves all of the prop in the world for making this song for this movie. But
The director. I remember
it's by Nate
recognizing his
wants.
name. I think I learned
It
about
says Nate wants to battle. I don't think that's
it.
actually it,
That's not
but
it. But
yeah. But like whenever they yell like it's terror time again, and
yeah,
it just like it fits with the chase so well.
it is. It's just so
Um,
perfect.
okay. Do you wanna give your number first?
Yeah,
I
I
think I'm
do think that you got to keep in mind that I don't really have much nostalgia towards this because like I'd say probably I don't know what my equivalent to Scooby Doo would be towards you. I guess it would probably be FNAF if I'm being honest. But
yeah, probably.
it's something spooky from our childhood.
Yeah,
Asshole.
that's a good
Um
comparison.
yeah. Um so I think my number's going to be a little skewed downwards compared to what yours is. And I apologize for that.
Oh, good.
But I would say it's a solid like 7.5.
Hey, that's better than I thought. I thought you were gonna say like 6, but
No, I
I'm
wasn't going to say
obviously
6.
going.
I genuinely had a good time watching all three of these movies.
This movie is clearly like a 9 for me. I mean, like nostalgia and everything. Like, there's a reason this is the gold standard for
That's
me.
fair, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I watched this movie probably since like we said we were gonna watch it maybe like 3 times. So
Yeah.
like that's a very short time period.
I fucking lost again.
So you stink. But yeah, I always have such a good time with this movie. It is always it's so good to me every single
It's a
time.
good
Terror
comfort
Time
movie.
always gets me hype. Every single time.
I could definitely see this being like a fantastic comfort movie.
Oh, for sure. Especially during Halloween. There's not a better one. Actually, there's a couple because they're actually Halloween movies. But like
Yeah. I'm not a big
for
Halloween
it being
movie
a
fan though, but I
non-Halloween
still watch
movie,
them every year because of G.
you should watch Scooby Doo movies. I'll
We
just
do.
I'll
We
just send
have
you a
been
giant list.
actually.
I'll just send you a giant list of my favorite Scooby Doo movies, and you just go through them.
We
I got
have
a
been
couple
watching
Christmas
Scooby
ones
Doo
too.
recently.
All right, you ready to transition into Scooby Doo? Where's My Mummy?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to know your thought on this specific scene in general. What do you think of whenever Scooby and Shaggy get on the boat and they sail and they call him and they
A
start going,
Scoobus.
Scoobus.
It's fantastic. I knew you were gonna say that because that was how you sold me into watching this one for the podcast. In addition to the other two, you were like, "But they call him a Scoobus in this one," and I was like, "All right, you got me.
All right, I'm in.
All
Yeah.
right, you got me."
Yeah,
It's
how
just
funny
so
was it that they
perfect.
had a drawing of him and Shaggy on the wall?
I
And
did
then
think
they
that was
go
really
in
funny. I was like, "Oh, look
treating
at
like
that."
kings.
I mean, I'd
Did you
worship
like
them
the giant
too.
buffet scene that they had
Yeah,
where they were just like gladly eating all their
they were
food?
like, "My question is, where have you been all my life?"
Hmm. He's awesome. They're
Yeah.
awesome. Um,
He had another banger of a quote. I cannot remember it. It was whenever he was. It was right before they fell down or something like that, and he like slid on top of his trap door, and then he said like something about a microwave. And I don't know what it was, but it was so stupid, and I just started giggling, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Another really goofy scene in this is in the beginning when they have that like mirage and they're like swimming in
Oh
the
yeah.
sand.
I actually
And
remember thinking during that moment, I was like, yeah, I can understand why this is one of Skylar's favorite movies.
yeah, it's definitely up there. It's too good. It's like especially whenever they're doing like their synchronized swimming and they come back and go bleh, and then like a ton of sand comes out of their mouth.
He dumps a little bit more out and makes a sandcastle.
That's what I'd be saying. But
Facts.
what did you think of the twist of Velma being the
I like that
monster?
a lot. I really like that because I thought since all three of them were kind of like mythical in some way. I was like just anticipating for it to be like fully just like another thing. Yeah. It was really cool. I enjoyed that. It was a twist from what I was expecting.
Yeah, me too. Especially early on when they
I
have her
do
like
gotta say, I
frozen.
was really I've never heard anything about this movie. Shit. So
Yeah, this one is hardly talked about, at least
yeah,
from what
so
I've heard.
I wasn't expecting it to be good. Oh well, okay. I was expecting it to
I
be
mean,
good
I
because I trust
recommended
my
it.
friend. But
Yeah, I recommended
yes,
it, and I know my
yes,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. But like, I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah, and that in my mind is very fair.
Oh shit,
Whenever
that one got me.
it was a minute since I watched this one too, but I like watched it and I was like, oh my god, I have this like I like this one as much as
Yeah,
the other two that we were talking about, and I was like, so I mean, I feel like if we're gonna do it, we got to do it. It was between this one and the Cyber Chase, but the Cyber Chase one's super talked about,
I also know that
and
one a lot, and I like that one a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, I like that one a lot too. But I was like, I want to do
And I
this
fucking
one
suck.
because it's gonna be
God.
different. Sorry,
No, it's
I
okay.
also have
I'm just.
Cyber Chase, so.
I would like to watch that. We could watch that next week. We could do the two live actions in
We can
Cyber
pick two
Chase.
different ones because they're all on HBO. They're all on Max. A lot of them are on Max, so we'll
A
pick
lot of
one.
them are
We'll
on
pick
Max, but I had to buy a lot of
not all
mine
of them.
on Amazon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No worries. It was worth
Did
it.
you buy them like forever, or did you
No,
buy
no,
them for
no.
like a
I
day?
just rented them.
Okay. How much did you have to rent them for? Because I bought mine for like $5.
Oh, mine was about $5 too.
No, it's okay.
It's worth it for the
But
podcast.
facts, a business expense. But where was I going? Oh yeah, whenever early on, Velma gets like captured in like the stone, and then her like I forget the person, I forget like the other person she's working with closely, but he also gets captured in
Dude.
stone, and I like how they added in secret agents to try and
Yeah,
get into the tomb
I
and get
agree.
in
I
there.
thought that was fun. It like all the different plot points like really showed that they followed like a pretty simple level of storytelling that a lot of things don't do, which is like if a situation can be done this way, how can we make it even more intense? Is you just take a little
Yeah.
bit and you just make it a little bit more fun. Having all those different
How did you
storylines
feel
from
about
different ones.
Cleopatra in this one?
I have something I want to say, and before I forget it, I would like to say it.
Go for it.
And I'm sorry for being blunt with that, but my attention is pulled somewhere else at the moment. But the one thing I noticed when watching all three of these movies was just how dumb Fred is, man. He's such a goober. Yeah. Well, not dumb. He's just an absolute goober. That moment where the Prince of Egypt comes up to him and is like, he says like hello in Egyptian, and then he's just like, "What up? That's American for hi."
Yeah.
That had me
What
on
about
the
whenever
floor,
he whips out
man.
his Egyptian book and he's trying to decode like the grips and he just messes it up really bad?
Yeah.
He's like, I
Stuff.
forget what he said, but it was something along like my brother wants a turkey sub. He's like, what? Like something like that, and it's like this tomb is Cleopatra's or something along those lines. He wasn't even close, and Velma had to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fred's like never supposed to like Velma's the smart character. Fred's the trap guy. So like he only knows traps.
True.
And judo in that movie. He knows
does
judo.
know judo.
Yeah. Did you like the one scene where he went up to fight the girl? He's like, I warn you, I know judo. And then she just throws him and she's like,
Yeah.
say ready.
Yeah. I did think that was great. That's such a Fred.
I also really like how Scooby and Shaggy are the ones who kept wanting to go back for Velma, and like they refused to leave her behind, so they kept going
they're
back.
the goat.
They are. They're actually the goats in every single thing. They're always the goat.
Literally every movie in every aspect, they're goated.
Yes, actually. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one because this one is like obviously out of the two, I watched this one the least amount of times. I'd say.
Really?
Because I feel
well,
like
I mean, technically me too, because this is my first time ever watching it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but I feel like this one has slightly less replay value because, like, some of the CGI, like, whenever, like, the tomb opens and, like, the butterflies come out, like, that's a little wonky,
I did
but at the
actually
same
think
time,
that, but I gave it the benefit. I gave it the benefit of the doubt because it's a Scooby-Doo movie and it's 2006.
And it's 2006. Yeah. So, like, I was like, yeah, that's a little wonky. Whereas, like, the other ones, I didn't really think had any wonkiness, but I mean, now I need to look at Fred's eyes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what was it about because that was the first thing I looked at. I was like, how do their eyes look in this movie? Because I quite enjoy the '70s one where where Shaggy just has the dots instead of eyes, and for some
Hmm.
reason, like Fred's just were like piercing blue at all times. Well, like it's like the black outline on the eye part of it just wasn't there sometimes, so his eyes just looked like pure white and blue, and it just was weird. I don't know. I could be just looking too hard into it.
Yeah,
I tend to do
probably
that
are.
sometimes.
Yeah, but like this one I think had the least like replay value out of all of
Yeah,
them. But like if you haven't watched it in a while, it's still really good.
I thought it was a
And
good time.
yeah, I think this one had good music too. But I like how Scooby and Shaggy were pretty much gone for a while, like doing their own like side quest,
Yeah, I did actually like that. I
basically.
didn't know where it was going at first, and I thought that was kind of funny, because like they just were on their own thing, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" For a second, I thought they time traveled,
No,
and I was like, I
they were
couldn't count
chilling.
that out because like that's just such a Scooby Doo thing to happen is for them to just fall in a hole and then end up in the past.
I don't think they're. I don't remember a time there's really been two time like a ton of time travel
No, I
at
don't know.
all.
I have
Scooby-Doo
never
like
seen
sticks
I've
away
never
from
seen
that,
the movie, and
thankfully.
it started off in the past, so I was like, I can't put it past it.
Um, yeah, I really like the side story that Scooby and Shaggy went on though, with like all the little people. They were so devoted to their like
Yeah,
storyline
I
and
thought that was
everything.
great.
And and then obviously I like the twist with Velma, and I like how like it said at the beginning they had it like blocked off, and they had this because Velma found that artifact in the
Yep.
nose, and they like pretty much blocked it off, and they didn't want anybody to come from there on out. And
That
I also
sucks.
think that they should have made that guy Velma's like relationship. They could have like dove deeper into that.
Interesting. Yeah,
And I'd be
I
like,
think that would have been fun to go down. I'm always partial to having Shaggy be the relationship because of Mystery Inc. I never watched a lot of Mystery Inc., but like the short bits that I saw, that was a plot point, and I really enjoyed that.
yeah, I enjoyed that too, but I still think the Alien Invaders girl is my favorite
Yes,
relationship.
no, she's goaded, but we hadn't got to that point. We
Yeah.
hadn't reviewed it yet. How dare you? I caught you lacking this
Yeah, but well, we
time.
should talk about the relationship, but
Right.
I would have liked to seen like them like dive deeper into that because I think that would have been a cool relationship
Yeah.
that they would have had. I mean, because Velma really never really gets anything like that other than in Mystery Inc.
True.
for that slight bit where
Well,
with
and
Shaggy.
in the show Velma.
I didn't watch that. I'm not going to watch
Yeah,
that. That's not Scooby
neither
Doo.
have I. I'm not gonna watch it.
Um,
It is not Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo
it's
is
literally
not
not
in it.
Scooby Doo. Yeah, and I don't
Man.
know. I like the inclusion of the secret agents, and I like how they were like super like beefy too, and like
Yeah,
actual like agents, and they
they
weren't just
were
like
like
random people who
menaces.
showed up. Yeah, and I don't know. I thought this one was good. Are you
I liked
ready?
it
Is
a
there
lot.
any scene in specific that you didn't like in this one?
Didn't like. I'm so. I'm the gamer.
Did you win night one?
Yeah. No, I'm night two. I beat
Nice.
night two.
Oh goodness. Moving up. All right. What's the? Is there a scene you didn't like?
No, not really.
I gotta know.
I kind of really thoroughly enjoyed this one. I was the most shocked by it because that guy's giving me bombastic side eye, but but I was the most shocked with this one because I had no like idea what it was, and I hadn't seen it whenever I was a kid. So a lot of the like twists probably hit more, and a lot of the like bad scenes were forgiven a lot more because it was all new to me.
Yeah, I would say like the only thing I didn't like was whenever they opened up the one tomb and it's like the really like weird CGI looking.
Yeah,
That's like the only one I was like
yeah, it's not the
toward.
best.
But I like I like the rest of it. I mean, it kind of again, this is like the animation that still looks really good. Other than the one time they try to include like technology, which is funny. The
Yeah,
one time they try to include technology is the worst one because all of the like other pieces I think look really good and everything like that. I really like the character designs in this one. I feel like all their like outfits fit very well to
yeah.
their characters. I mean, Velma's in particular is like the most
I
different,
I thought the
but
art style and the Egypt style was the best out of anything that we saw. I thought it
I would
just was the most like Scooby Doo.
I don't know. I see. I thought that at first too, but I'm starting to think it might be Alien Invaders is the most Scooby.
Interesting. Uh, I remember, like, if you asked me as a child what my definitive Scooby Doo was, if I was able to remember the names of these things, which I probably wouldn't have been able to, it would have been the Cyber Chase one, because that was the one that I watched the most as a kid.
Yeah, that one was super popular. I remember that one and Zombie Island were like the leading,
Yeah,
like in
that was just
like
what was always on Cartoon Network was the Cyber Chase
yeah,
movie.
because it's so good. But
It did slap pretty hard.
yeah, all right, you ready to give a rating for this one?
Yeah,
All right, you can go first again.
7.
7?
Yeah, I think
Didn't you give the
that's
last one 7.5?
yeah, but I'm trying to give this like an objective look. Like I think that if I were
Oh,
to rewatch both of them like right now, I think that Zombie Island would be above it. Not by much though.
I have this one at 8.5, so I am with you.
Fair.
Yeah, I like again. I think Zombie Island just better, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was just given a lot more love. Like they like tried a lot harder. They like experimented with a ton of stuff, and it all
Mm.
worked out pretty well. And I feel like this movie was like obviously they had the twist with
I
it
don't know
being
what to do with
Velma,
that motherfucker.
but I feel like they could have added some like additional factors into it and kind
Yeah.
of like made it more suspenseful. But
Interesting. I thought it was well, I was really confused on what was going on for some of the moments, so that's probably why I didn't feel that way because it was my first time watching it because I was still trying to put together like the puzzle. But
yeah,
I don't know. I really want to watch this again, just
and
to
see if you
see
agree.
what I would think about it.
Yeah, I feel like this is one that like obviously figuring out the puzzle for the first time is like takes like a lot of time.
Mm.
And then what
Some
like once you
some
know the
longer than
puzzle and like
others.
you aren't like constantly trying to piece it together, you're like just kind of waiting for them to solve the puzzle. Whereas in Zombie Island, you're like I don't know. In this one, you're looking for like additional things to give away that it was them.
Yeah,
And I mean, there was obviously there was stuff like the cat necklace was there in the
yeah.
beginning. She like just randomly approached strangers and invited them to their house, which is like at first you might think like, oh, it's Southern hospitality, like because she was
I
kind of like
never
making
thought
it.
that. I was like, that's
Well,
just
they were
bullshit.
also like, this is a haunted house, come check it out, and she like instantly related to what they were talking about, so they would come back and like
Yeah.
check it out. And they've been luring people there for years. So like, and all of them have mystery shows. So I'm assuming that she's pretty convincing.
Shit.
So and then
What was that?
uh, um,
Sorry,
did you
I,
die?
I'm scared.
Oh, um, and then in this one, it's pretty much like the whole reason they were there was just to see Velma, and then Velma was
That's what
gone
it
for a
was.
majority of it
Yeah,
because she
that
was
was crazy.
Cleopatra. Yeah. Um, but I am ready to move on to Alien Invaders if you
I
are.
still consider it to be more of a Velma centric movie,
It was a
though.
homocentric movie. I'd agree.
Yeah, I know, but even though she wasn't in it very much, because
Well, she wasn't, but she was
yeah, exactly.
because everything that was happening was because of her. She was making it all happen for the
Right.
most part. So
I
like
agree.
it was her trying to get rid of everyone while protecting her friends, but also not giving away that it was her because they didn't want them or her to or want them to figure it out. So then they like wouldn't be scared, I guess, and then not make the other people scared. I don't know, but like it was like everything happened because of her. I'd say Zombie Island was a quote unquote Daphne centric movie since it was based
Yeah.
off of her like reality show. But I think Scooby and Shaggy obviously stole the show in that
Yes. Well,
one
they steal the show in
pretty
all
bad.
of them.
Yeah, yeah, but I think it was really apparent in this one. They were getting a
Yeah.
lot of their scenes. It was pretty much like them at the end against the cat creature or the
Yeah.
cat. I'm just gonna call them cat creatures. And then in this one, I feel like it was more based around Velma, despite her not being on screen. Like upon the second watch, she is on screen like a
She's just
lot of
the
the
goat.
time. Yeah, she's just as Cleopatra, which I like the design for Cleopatra
Me too.
actually.
I thought the
But
designs just all around were good. All right,
Alien
Alien
Invader time.
Invaders.
All
This is.
right.
I probably was the most excited to rewatch this one because
Yeah,
I remembered
very
it
good.
more than I remembered Zombie Island, and I felt like I was gonna like it more because it wasn't hyped up as much. Even though
Yeah,
I have heard many people say that this movie was good. I just everyone and their mom is like the goated
Zombie Island.
movie of all time is Zombie Island.
Yeah.
I
Alien
enjoyed it. I
Invaders.
thought it was really good.
It's so good. I love that old guy that they're with all the time. He is
Yeah,
so
the little
fun to me.
cranky guy. What was his
Yeah.
name?
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
I'm so bad with the names of the additional characters.
I'm just bad with
But
names.
like I think he was a great character that like at the diner, like waitress was a great like
Yeah.
just like additional side character. Like, oh, you're always saying that. Like, going through that because that guy was abducted. They're talking about like he's taking him back to the old guy is taking them the gang back to his house to see the pictures that he
Hmm.
took. Whatever it's like drawings that he
Yeah.
made, and I like how he makes Scooby and Shaggy sleep outside.
Yeah, me too. But that
Despite he
was
talks
funny.
about how aliens come at night, I was like,
He's
this
like, I
guy's going
just don't
crazy.
care.
Yeah, and then obviously they get abducted, and I like I don't know if you probably caught it because they said it out loud. How they said they abduct cattle every now and then just to keep it consistent.
Oh, good shit, man.
Um, but I really like it being the twist that the people who are searching for aliens were the ones who were the
Yeah,
aliens
I did
to like
enjoy
make
that
like
too.
additional money.
It just
Yeah.
it was a good sense. Oh my god, it was a good twist. It made sense. It was a good sense. I'm a good
I also
podcaster.
really like the mechanic. I like how he's like really tough at the beginning, and then he's like, "Your car's all fixed. Here you go.
Yeah,
Have a nice
I
drive."
liked him too. Yeah, I
And
thought that was
yeah,
adorable, especially since
yeah,
his thing was so sweet. Flowers.
yeah, yeah. And he's like, "You got to be mean, so then they know to respect you," or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they take you
homie be
seriously or
spitting
something.
out here.
Yeah, and then again, that girl that they add in Shaggy's like romantic interest is the best like character they've added in like any version of Scooby from what
Yeah,
I
she's
can remember. I
goaded.
don't remember a character that I think has been like fit that well like right into a movie with me knowing like basically nothing about her.
Yeah,
Like she fit in instantly. It was like clear as day Shaggy's interest. She
yeah,
talked exactly like him. If Shaggy was a girl, that's who I would imagine. If
I
Scooby
also
was a
quite
girl, that's the
enjoyed that
dog
it
I would
wasn't a
imagine.
facade either. Like she was genuinely just like
Genuinely.
dope. Cause like
Did you like the reasoning behind it?
yes, I did actually. I thought that was really
Yeah.
funny. And he was like, "Can't fix what's not broken" or whatever he said or something like that. Or it was
Yeah.
like his style doesn't
If
go
they
old.
know. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Um yeah, and for everybody who doesn't get it, in the movie they say that all their information is like from the 90s or the 70s. So
Because
that's
they
why she's
stood
dressed
so
like that. And
late.
that's why she talks like that. And that's just ironically how Shaggy talks. So she believes
It's
that
how
everybody talks
everyone
like that.
should talk. Being a dude bro is like the peak like human.
Um, what is it? There's this art style in this one is so good. How they drew the alien ship and the aliens was
Yeah,
fantastic.
I agree.
Genuinely.
I still like
Did
I said earlier, I don't think it's like I don't get the vibe that it's peak
you don't get,
Scooby.
oh, why?
I don't know. I just think that the Egypt one was like my favorite designs that they have had.
I mean, that's fair, but Peak Scooby in my eyes is like they're in like a town that they shouldn't have ended up in. They stumble upon a mystery. They like being them have to figure it out. So they go through. They meet some people along the way who they like talk to. Might not like associate with much after, but like help them out a little bit. And then they get to they find the villains. They unmask them, fix it, and it goes back to normal. But in this one, and that was like basically like perfect. It was like
Yeah,
pretty much how you went through it. They ended up in a town they shouldn't have been because their car broke down. And
yeah,
then they're waiting for it to fix it, so they're just like meeting townspeople. They hear about aliens, and now they want to see. Now they want to see if it's true or not. So they go to this guy, and then Scooby and Shaggy get abducted by quote unquote aliens, and then they're like, okay, this is real. We need to figure out. Like we need to figure this out. Like something doesn't feel right. And then they're going through it, and Scooby and Shaggy meet these characters who end up helping them out, and they're fit perfectly with what they're going for. It's perfect for Scooby and Shaggy because they completely gave up on the fact they got abducted by aliens. They didn't care anymore. They were with their people. They're like basically their girlfriends, and they didn't care anymore. They like forgot to mention the fact that they got abducted by aliens. to
Those girls are
them.
very lucky that the U.S. government did not find them because they would not have been around
Well,
very
they were
long.
disguised. They were
They
so
would have
good. They
been
were nature documented.
absolutely bombed. They would have been exploded.
Yeah,
They would have no longer been alive.
facts. But and then so Scooby and Shaggy are like trying to like figure it out on their own because they sneak onto the base with the help of the girls, and then um
I don't know
get
what the
yelled
name
at
is,
by
but
the
funny.
people on the base. And then like they're like, oh, we're just nature documentary. We're just trying to take pictures. We want to find this. Oh, what was it? What were they? What was the thing that Shaggy found? It was like the one animal that she wanted a
Oh
picture of.
fuck! Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Um,
Jackalope.
yes, yes, jackalope. Yes. She wanted the picture of the jackalope, so they were looking for that. And then obviously that was not what they were looking for.
Yeah,
That like they knew what was going on, but Shaggy and Scooby didn't.
he
And
made
then the
a
gang
dick joke
figured
with
it
the
out.
jackalope.
They did?
So now it's a giant jackalope.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. They went, eh.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one joke.
I thought
I
that was
choose to believe
funny.
that's an adult joke they tried to hide in there.
Definitely
But
is.
it definitely was. But I don't know. I thought this one had some good jokes. Obviously, Scooby and like this Shaggy song, like the and she says
Yeah,
groovy.
which
It
is
was
obviously the
awesome.
best song in the entire one.
Yeah. Um it was just so good. Velma was like wanting to see like all of the like tech at the I forget. They were like trying to contact aliens, but I forget what their department was called. But she wanted to
I
see
don't
like all
remember
the tech they
either.
had and everything.
Yeah,
And then like they slowly pieced it all together. Shaggy and Scooby were completely uninvolved and they didn't really care. They had their eyes set on something else. And then it ended up all coming back together at the end. And then Shaggy and Scooby found out that their girlfriends were aliens and that they had to say bye. And they were like, and then you're like, so they are real in this town. So that guy isn't crazy, but he is
I
crazy.
like that. I enjoyed that the aliens were real. Man, this one's upsetting me, and it's upsetting me because I feel as though I am at the
As you
skill
sit with
level.
it longer, it's better.
What?
That's what I think. I think as you sit with this one longer, the more you like the design and more you like
No,
the
no, 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 no. Sorry,
the
I'm
more
talking about
movie.
FNAF. I've lost again on night 3,
Oh,
and I
um,
feel as though I should be beating this. I don't think this is hard, but I also don't think I understand how to do the mechanics of this.
you ever
It's
thought about getting
upsetting
better?
me, brother. Man, I am working on it. I'm doing my best,
um,
dude.
in my mind,
But
this one has the most replay value.
I'm
I don't know why.
processing that. Give me a second.
Yeah, like I feel like I can go down and sit. I can watch this one like I don't think I can watch any of them back to back,
Yeah,
but I don't think I
I
can
do
watch
agree
any
with
movie
that.
back to back. But this is one that like if I watch it, like I can probably watch it like 3 days out of like 3 days of the week and be fine with it. Zombie Island, I feel like is relatively the same. Whereas my mummy's probably like one time a week.
There's
If
a
I
lot of
had to watch it
Scooby
weekly,
Doo,
it's
man.
probably no, it's probably once. But this movie, I feel like I can watch a couple times. It had a good vibe to it. I like the designs of everything. I think all the people were drawn really well. I like all the little stuff going on in like the background, like they're waiting for the mystery machine to be done. Scooby and Shaggy are gone. They got abducted. This person got abducted. What's going on? We're in an, I like all that stuff going
I
on.
think if you held me at gunpoint and forced me to pick a Scooby Doo movie to watch once a week, I think it probably would be this one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think this one is the most replays. This one is Zombie
But it
Island.
has to be at gunpoint. I won't do it other than that.
Yeah, you will.
No,
Um,
okay. You're
um,
right. He's spitting.
what was it? Is there a scene in particular that you did not like in this one, or a scene that you really did like in this one?
I don't know. I'd liked there was an implication of a probing at one point in the movie, and just the
There
idea
was.
of that was really funny to me.
Yeah, yeah, it was funny to me too. Um, in this
I
one, there wasn't a scene that I did not like. Like I liked pretty much every scene in this
I
one.
think it really helps that the new girl was really great. I really enjoyed her character in the movie.
Yeah.
I want to see more of her, and it's kind of upsetting that she's a one-timer, probably.
Yeah, well, from what I've seen, she hasn't returned, or at least from what I remember, she hasn't returned. So I was also upset with that because I think she's actually fantastic and easily the best, like, just movie added character they've
Yeah.
had. And I don't know, the scene that I in particular really really liked was whenever Scooby and Shaggy tried to scare away the guards, and it was the aliens behind them, and then Scooby and Shaggy
Yeah.
thought they were all tough, and then they were going to do it again, but then their
Yeah, and they're
girlfriends ended
like,
up
yeah,
saving
let's
them.
go.
Or actually, whenever they were in trouble and Shaggy and Scooby did save them,
Yeah, that's fair.
they were brave for one
Shaggy and
thing. They
Scooby
were
were
actually
pretty goated in
brave.
this movie
Yeah, I mean,
because they
this was
had
a
a
them
reason to
movie.
protect.
This was a Scooby and Shaggy centric movie.
Yes,
Like
without a
it was
doubt.
about them the entire time. Yeah, so I mean, obviously that helps. Having the movie about you it makes it easier to be the main focus, especially when you're everybody's favorite characters.
Yeah, I am getting upset. I don't know. There's no like explicit like sign that says like what to do in each of these moments. Also, this is really funny because I think this is the most we've ever talked about movies on the podcast because we're approaching an hour just on Scooby Doo movies.
I mean, to be fair, there's three.
True. I'm gonna fucking rip someone's head off.
um,
It will be
was it? Do you want to
Skylar.
do a? I'll give my last thought. I really like the scene of Scooby and Shaggy and their girlfriends trying to sneak over the wall and get into the tunnel. I really like the scene of that. I don't know why, but I
Yeah.
do. And then them getting caught and Shaggy being like, "Oh, we're sorry, like we won't do it," and then they're like, "No, we're taking pictures. We're trying to find a jackalope," and then they're like, "Get off the base," and they were like, "Okay, let's not go back," and then they're like, "Let's go back," and they're like, "Why?" Like, I really like that little sequence, but I'm
Yeah.
ready to give a number if you are.
I am too.
All right,
You go
let's hear
first.
yours. You've gone first.
No, I want you to go
You got
first.
to go for all of them.
All right, whatever. 7.5.
7.5, same as Zombie Island.
Yeah, I think it's about the same as Zombie Island.
I give it the same. I go with a 9.
Let's
I
go.
think they're
That makes
both
sense.
very well, very well done.
That was good. All right. So instead of let me just check the news that we have this week because if it's not even enjoyable, then we won't even talk about news.
Yeah, we still got to talk about the JJK episode.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to check that out. So we got to look at the Netflix's Tomb Raider. The next season of Castlevania came out. Sorry, I got a lot of notifications on my phone.
You already talked about One Piece getting like for 12 seasons. That's what they want.
Yeah, that's what their goal is. Sir
Yeah.
Michael Gambon passed away, which is really terrible. He's the second Dumbledore in the Harry Potter movies, which is quite sad.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was quite sad.
I saw that. That happened like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Yeah, that was sad.
What other news? Oh, and then literally the day that we filmed the podcast last,
The writer strike ended.
Yeah, the writer strike ended, which is massive. We love that.
Yeah.
The other strikes are still going on at the moment that I know of. Like the video game actor strike and the actor strike.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say like I think they're going to come to a close end.
They will. I mean, the writers already came to an
I'm
end,
hoping
and
they
that's the
can
big
reach
one.
an agreement here soon.
Yeah,
that obviously benefits actors and the video game. Did you say video game actors?
Yeah, video game actor.
Yeah, I hope they find a compromise that works well for obviously for everyone, but
Me too.
That's not always the easiest thing to find.
Right. And then here's a picture of my cat.
He's a dub.
He's a dub.
I almost got a cat. I'm really close to getting one.
He's really cool.
I'm very close to getting one. I feel like I just need like the slightest push to do it.
No, wait. Okay, I got it. I got the push that you got.
Brightness down.
Huh?
If you turn the brightness down, it's easier to see because less glare.
Okay. How about this guy? Nope.
Dub. The absolute dub. Yeah, him.
Yeah. That's your incentive to get a cat.
When you say your cat, do you mean as in G's cat
Yeah, it's me and G's cats.
at
I've
her
taken
house?
claim of them. Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
I've taken
I
claim
was gonna
of
say
them.
your
They're
mom
mine.
definitely did not get a cat.
Nope, that's true. The more important news is Jujutsu Kaisen. This episode was a cooldown episode, but I quite enjoyed it.
I did too, because well, there's something happening this Thursday,
Nah,
I think.
nah, me. Nah, nah, me. Nah,
Yeah, him just
nah, nah. Yeah, I
yelling.
really enjoyed that. I thought that was so goofy. And also, I like how
It really
Gojo
was.
is just so him.
Yeah, even in the prison realm, he's holding him down
Yeah, and
and
it
not
was a
letting them
really
leave.
great way to introduce the next like section of the plot, which is just like the rescue Gojo. That there's like a pathway that all of our heroes have to fight now, and it's such a cool like idea that they just have to make their way down into the center like circle.
What was it? I have
I also
a
like the
question. Who
villain
do you
too.
think? Okay, so obviously Jogo is obviously they're trying to find Itadori.
I'm
Obviously
not gonna
they're gonna
answer this
find
because I know
Itadori.
the answer. I spoiled it for myself. Who do you
Okay,
think is
well,
gonna get to him first?
okay, well, okay, I'll go through mine, and
Yeah.
then I talked to Caden, so I'll go through who he thinks is gonna be there.
Okay.
So I think Mahito and the Blood Curse user, because they're the two that want to kill him, right?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna meet Itadori and
Do
Megami,
you think
and
that they're
then
gonna team up?
yeah, I do.
Interesting.
I think that I think they're gonna team up because Megami and Itadori are together right now, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, they
I
are.
what
Are
I
they?
don't understand this.
Yeah.
I really wish
They are
there
together,
was a
right?
way to get around this. Yeah, Megami and Itadori are together with the guy with the black mask.
Yeah. So I think that Mahito and the Blood User are gonna run into the group, and uh, Itadori is gonna start just fighting Mahito, and
Okay.
then like the other two are gonna try to focus in on the Blood User,
Yeah.
and and just Itadori is gonna have a absolute bash with Mahito because he despises this guy.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I think, and I think what's the other guy's name? The other guy is in the movie, by the way.
The
The
guy with the mask.
yeah,
I did actually
he's
know
in.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
this
saw
is
it last
new.
time when I watched
This
it
is
with
at
Caden.
least
I
a
saw
new
him in
way
the
to
background.
die.
But I think that they're gonna fight, and then Jogo is gonna get caught by Nanami,
Mm-hmm. You
and then
think Jogo and
they're gonna
Nanami are
fight.
gonna duel?
I think that's what it's coming up to. I don't know. I
I
don't know
think
what
Nanami
Jogo's
is
gonna
gonna
do
get
because I
there.
think they all ran the same direction, didn't they? At
Yeah.
first, but they're obviously gonna split up after. But
I think
um,
so. I'm gonna. How about I'll tell you.
no, don't say anything about it.
No. I'm
I
gonna
don't, I
say
don't-
what my theory was before I found out, but
Well,
don't
then
take
that
this.
tells me it wasn't right.
No. It still could be right. I think the spoiler I saw was vague enough that I can say this and it would be fine because it doesn't necessarily mean that it was right or wrong. But in the opening of the show, you see Isidori and Toto fighting against Mahito, and my my theory was that somehow Itadori and Toto are going to end up fighting against Mahito as like the intro shows. But then Chozo was gonna come in and like third party Toto, and that's what it was gonna like set him off a little bit more. Itadori to kill Mahito. And then my other matchup was I think that Nanami is gonna go straight for Brain Man, and Yuta is gonna fight against Jogo.
So I was actually talking with Caden, and I think Utah's going straight for Brain Man. I don't
Brain
think
Man
Utah's gonna mess around with anybody on the
rematch
outside.
of
I
the
think he's
body.
yeah, I think he's going straight back. And
Interesting.
then I think because like if we're going like that where we think Nanami is gonna fight someone, I think he's gonna be the one to stop
Nanami,
and fight Jogo because
Nanami,
I mean Utah's
Nanami.
a special grade, so
Yeah,
obviously yeah, and Nanami's a grade 1,
yeah.
so I think that it would make more sense. And Nanami's mind, since he's the adult of adults,
Well,
he'd be
of
like, okay,
course.
you're stronger, you go down, I'll defeat this guy and I'll meet you down there.
But like I think this might be the one situation in which he's gonna like think
Think too highly of
someone is
himself.
well no not think highly of himself, like fight without thinking because it's Gojo, you know.
Yeah.
like it's Gojo. This is a different situation. So I think he's literally just going to do what he said and just make a beeline straight for the center of it. Which yeah, Jogo is there, but that doesn't mean that like maybe it'll be a duel fight. They do a lot of combos. It'll be Yuta and
They do.
Nanami versus Brain Man and Jogo. That'd be pretty cool. There's a lot of like that's one of my favorite things about the show is that everyone has such a variety in their fighting styles.
So I was actually talking with Caden, and I think what would be really cool to fight the brain guy was Toto and Yuta, because I feel like
Yeah.
that would be such a dirty combo. Like the guy who can use every curse technique against the guy who can like take you out of danger and
Yeah,
put and
yeah.
swap your place.
Well, the thing
It'd be the
is,
dirtiest combo.
even if Toto slips up like at all, Yuta can just do it. You
Yeah,
can just do
and
the
even if he
boogie
does
woogie.
slip up a little bit, he's go and swap, and he's
Yeah,
out.
exactly. If
Yeah.
Toto like trips before he hits his hands together, and Yuta's just like paying attention, he could then clap and then bam, end of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it can be so good that combo. Yuta obviously pairs with everybody super well because he can be whatever they want.
Yeah.
Which I think is absolutely disgusting, and I'm so glad that he has that OP power.
Yeah,
But
there's such an overpowered power.
I would like him to use Inumaki's voice.
He did already in the movie, but I would like to see.
No,
see
I'm
that.
saying I would like him to use it again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
without
so
Rika.
overpowered.
Yeah.
Do you? So me and G were talking about it, and do you think that he has
Rika?
Okay, yes, I was gonna get there, but I was gonna say, do you think he has unlimited cursed energy?
Oh, unlimited. Oh.
Because that's where they described it. They said an endless pool of cursed energy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the ability to copy.
I think it is.
I don't think he
it
does.
is unlimited.
I think that unlimited portion was what he got from Rika.
He made Rika.
I know that, but like Rika still was a curse that was there, so she was still supplying cursed energy.
I don't know. I feel like it was Yuta giving Rika cursed energy, and Rika was just giving it back.
Sure, but in
the
case that Geto killed Yuta and was able to steal Rika as a curse, Rika then still has cursed energy and a cursed ability at that
Yuta's
point.
Cursed energy.
But like, I don't know. I think it's complicated.
It is.
It's a situation. I guess we will literally never know the answer to.
I feel like they say endless pool, but it's in turn just a ridiculously large amount.
It just means that they can keep pulling shit out of their ass whenever he gets pushed up against the wall. They're like, oh, he's about to die? Wait, no, he just used his endless curse energy and got out of the situation.
I don't think it's going to be like that. I feel like this isn't the writer to do that. Yeah,
the writer wouldn't do this.
Yeah, I feel like they say like endless pool, but I feel like it's just in turn a ridiculously large amount compared to everybody else. And I mean, you might be right. It might have been because Rika was seemingly giving him endless ones and making it seem limitless. But I feel like it's just he has a very large amount, and he was like feeding curse energy to Rika, and Rika was kind of giving it back. That he was kind of like feeding himself his own.
Yeah, she's like a printer.
And that made it seem limitless because he always got more because he was always just giving. So he was just giving himself the same amount.
Rika was a copy machine of his cursed energy.
And then I would like to see him fight now because it's been a while. So he's like, I want to see how he's like grown like since then, because like essentially before everything was a 2v1 in his favor because he had Rika. But I want to see how he fights now.
I would like to see that. It would be really interesting if he could still like spawn Rika's carcass as like a Gundam.
I don't like as a Gundam, but like as like a as they did before.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. You can still summon Rika to help.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. That'd be an interesting. Well, I mean, Rika we just haven't seen anything about him.
Here too soon.
Right, but what if he's able to pull her back?
Yeah, I don't think he would.
True.
Yeah, because he was already pretty upset with himself in the first place over it.
He's a chivalrous king.
But I wanna. I'm really excited for the next episode. I think Nanami is gonna die. I feel like
next episode. What do you mean in the season?
No, and I think by the time this arc is done, I think Nanami will die. I think is it Mei Mei and her brother? I think they're gonna die.
Both of them, the little kid too.
I think Mei is gonna sacrifice herself for the kid, and then the kid's
And
gonna
your
die
little
either.
dog too.
Um, and your meddling dog too.
Yeah.
And then um, who do I else? I don't. Oh, I don't think Inumaki. I don't think Inumaki is gonna die.
I still think Inumaki's gonna die. He just seems like one of those characters that isn't gonna die, and that just gives me the vibe that he's gonna die.
I don't know. I get the vibe that he isn't because I feel like he has more to do.
Yeah, exactly. He's like one of those characters that I don't think is gonna die, but I think he's gonna die.
I don't know. This next episode, I do think that Mahito is gonna fight Itadori, and then Megami is gonna fight a different one.
I'm excited
And
because
then
I don't really have any idea where this is gonna go now. Like I don't know how they're gonna do this thing.
I also have like a kind of small idea that Gojo's still trying to get out, and he's trying to break it. He's just trying to like wait for like a moment, and then he's gonna try and bust out.
I
I
think
feel
he's
like that's
trying.
kind of what he's doing because he seemed too chill in that present realm.
Well, he's just like, well, I can't do anything.
I mean, he did.
I think his idea is like, oh yeah, that's true. I think he just doesn't care enough about anyone that he's like, well, I'm gonna get out of here. So like, I'll just save everyone whenever I do.
I don't know. I feel like he's not like that because if like he was like that, then I feel like he would have used his domain to the fullest extent. If he did, it was like, people are gonna die. I'm just gonna save as many as I can.
Well,
So I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's waiting for a moment for like the brain curse to like slip up or something,
interesting.
and then he's
He
gonna break
actually
out.
says, "Gate open." Oopsie.
Yeah, he goes, no, 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 no.
No, no! Oh, he tricked me.
Yeah, but I'm so excited. I'm assuming he gets out. I'm so excited to see him come back and just the look
Yeah,
in
me
his
too.
eyes. I want pure hatred from those eyes.
I just know that shit's gonna get like into the wild. We haven't even talked about Nobara and Maki, who are definitely going to be doing things.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything in the next episode though.
We haven't seen much of them. I mean,
Yeah, I
if
mean
there's
we
any
haven't,
time to
but
introduce them, it would be now.
I feel like if they get introduced at all,
Not
it'll be the
introduced
end, and
yet.
it'll be them setting up to go into the next episode. Because
Maybe.
right now it's already pretty set up for Itadori, Megami, and that other guy to do some
True.
stuff, as well as
But
Nanami.
I feel like
So
they're gonna open up all of the plot lines first and then periodically conclude them instead of opening a plot line, closing a plot line, opening a plot line, closing a plot line. I think it
well,
would
yeah, I
like
didn't mean like they wrap up like Itadori's segment and
right,
then they
yeah.
move in. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying I think they're gonna do their stuff, and then like they'll come in, and theirs will be start to be set up, and then like maybe Itadori's concludes, and then like wow, Nobara's and Maki's is going on.
Yeah.
But like
I
I
also
think it's
want
gonna be
Panda
like a
to make an appearance soon.
one, like where it's like always just like in the middle of another one where the other one's
Right.
wrapping up. But I think Panda's gonna die.
Panda's probably gonna die. He's one of those
Yeah.
characters that's probably gonna die. It's like
Yes, he's
Mekamaru,
one of
like
Caden's
no one
favorites
gave a
too.
shit
So
about
that's
him.
bad. It's gonna be really bad for Caden.
Yeah, for Caden.
Yeah.
Caden's the type
I,
of kid that said he felt something when Mekamaru died.
no, he didn't like Mekamaru.
That's fair. No one does.
I liked him at the beginning, but I liked his fight scene. I liked his fight scene. I'll say that
In the season or in the first season?
in this season.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay,
I
that
didn't
fight
care
scene
about him
was
in the
fair.
first season.
Exactly. No one gave a shit about
I liked him
Mekamaru.
in this. I liked him in this season.
Nah.
I thought it was cool. I liked his
A
design.
couple cool scenes
His
did
design
not
and his
make up
fight.
for a dumb character who ratted out his friends. What a goober.
He wanted his life back. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, but they had to make it someone.
I'd rat him out.
Facts.
Man, I just can't get a break. I can't beat this shit.
Was it? I told Caden that we think that the blood user is gonna be Sakuna.
I don't think so
And
anymore.
that brought up a very interesting point. So, do you remember how Toji's cursed spirit did not dissolve when it was in his stomach? Does that mean Itadori's 2 fingers are just chilling in his stomach right now?
He has more than 2 fingers.
Well, however many fingers he has, are they just in his stomach right now?
No,
Like they didn't dissolve.
he absorbed it.
Yeah. So theoretically, he can't regurgitate it.
Yes. He
Why?
absorbed him.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense because Sakuna is inside his soul.
Yeah. Sakuna was
Yeah,
like,
because that's what
ooh,
was key. And I was
mine.
like, and then so technically, if the curse guy eats a finger, is there now two Sakunas like had half strength,
No,
or is
I
there?
think so. I was incorrect. He's not just a guy. He's not a human. He's a curse, but he's like a curse that's using a human body puppet. It's like
Oh, that makes a
Sakuna.
lot of sense.
It's like
That makes a
Sakuna.
lot of sense.
And remember there were two curses that fought Nobara and Itadori at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
You remember? Sorry, I couldn't see your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The way that I'm looking, because I have 3 monitors right now.
Oh,
Um,
you say my nose.
yeah, no, because I couldn't see you nod your head, so I just saw your eyes
Oh,
go. And I was like, I
oh,
don't know
sorry.
what's going on. But yeah. So those two curses at the end of the first season were the brothers of Chozo. So Chozo's like a human that got forced to eat a curse, and then the curse took over his body, like Sakuna and Itadori's body.
Ooh. Where'd you figure that out? The end of that season? Is that where it said it
No.
all?
In the last episode, Chozo said that he wants to kill Itadori because Itadori killed one of his brothers, and then me and G put it together from that.
Oh, okay. So technically, you could still be wrong. Like
Explain.
for whatever reason, I don't know. Just like it just wasn't explicitly said, so you could be wrong.
He definitely, I guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, the second after you put that together, everything clicked. He definitely is one of the brothers, so he's like a curse. He could still, our theory could still be right, and he could still end up being Sakuna, but like, I'm not as into that theory anymore after the last episode.
Yeah, but that makes me like, because I know they said they don't really care too much if Itadori is like alive or not now, because they had it as a backup in case Gojo like capturing Gojo didn't work. So, but I feel like that they still want Sakuna, like just in
Yeah.
case.
I mean, why not? I feel like it's dumb for them not to
But
want
why
to
are they
go for
killing Itadori
Sakuna.
then?
Because
You
Mahito
know?
wants to, and same with Chozo.
Yeah, but I feel like the brain guy would be like, don't.
Brain guy's out of it right now. He's like, shit, man, I'm high because we captured Gojo. I didn't think I'd be able to do that, and also I found out some interesting parts about the soul because Geto tried choking me.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that
That was
part.
cool.
Kane didn't understand it at first, and then I explained it, and then he got it, and he's like, I actually like that part a lot now. He was very confused. He thought Gojo did it somehow. He like, I guess he
That
didn't
makes sense.
realize that like that thing seals all your abilities, so he thought it
Yeah.
was like part of his technique, like repelling and going up. I don't know, but
Regardless, I'm excited for next week.
it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I think
awesome.
it's gonna be so good.
The
I don't think
season
it's gonna be
slaps.
better than the third episode whenever Gojo just murks everyone,
Yeah, that one's
or whenever
crazy.
Gojo awakens.
I guess we'll
But
see.
yeah, I could be wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong, but
Me too. I
I don't think so.
obviously would want another best episode of anime. Who wouldn't,
Yeah,
you
that'd
know?
be awesome. Yeah,
All
but
right. Well, I think I have all my corals out. We've been going for about an hour and 15. I am done playing this because this is bullshit.
that's fair. All my corals are out too.
Me too. All right. I guess we'll see you guys next week with more Scooby Doo stuff. The 2 live action ones at the very least. All right. Goodbye. Wait, no, wait. I don't know. I just did that was probably a bad sign of some sort. All right. Goodbye, guys. See ya.
Disregard our signs.